Hi Reyna, this is me, Vijayreyna, back at it again with another video for you guys. For you guys that are new to my channel, don't know me, my name is Vijayreyna. I am an upcoming and new pageant analyst, and I am making little videos about pageantry every single week at least. So yeah, when the universe season upon us, I'll be making videos a lot more frequently. So go ahead and make sure you guys subscribe if you want to join the Reyna family. Make sure you guys get this video a like and put on post notifications so you guys be notified next time that I upload a new video. So you guys, if you guys can't tell, I'm in a very different setting and I look kind of like a mess and scrambled. For the past few days, I've been out in California helping my uncle move. He's moving home. So I apologize about the gap and the delay in time between uploading videos. As you guys know, if you guys go see my channel, I've been uploading pretty frequently and pretty often, but with being out of town and not in my home and helping my uncle, it's been an all-day affair for the past few days. And you know, family always comes first. So of course I had to make sure I helped out my uncle. And then yeah, so now that I have some time, I need to help. I need to go and make sure I'm taking care of my other family, the Reyna family. You guys are making this video. So I put a poll up on my Instagram, you guys, that asked you guys what you guys want to see the most in terms of videos. Do you guys want to see me talk about my top 3 favorite Asian contestants, my top 3 standouts from the Latinas, my dark horses, or otherwise? And the majority of you guys voted on my Instagram that you guys want to see my top 3 standouts for the Asian Pacific Island region. I'm not including Africa. Usually it's Asia, Africa, Pacific Island region, but I think Africa has a lot of contestants on its own this year because we do have 130 countries. So I think I'll do a separate video for the contestants from the African continent later. So right now I'm going to tell you guys and talk to you guys about my top 3 standouts, my top 3 highlights from Asia, and I'm going to include a few honorable mentions as well. I actually had a really hard time deciding which 3 contestants I want to pick out for this video, simply because this year with 130 countries, we are seeing countries that we haven't really typically seen before, or it's been a long time. We have New Zealand this year, we have Fiji, we have Samoa, and we have a plethora of other countries that are not typically represented at Miss Universe. So that means I have to look into the contestants a little bit more and, you know, not just go ahead and opt out for the powerhouses. I will say my top 3 are powerhouse contestants, I would say, but I don't know if they're all from powerhouse countries. You guys might be a little surprised by my top 3 countries. So let's get into it. So this is in no particular order. I'm not telling you guys my top 3 based in like from highest to lowest. I don't have an order yet. I still have a lot of research to do. There's just too many contestants this year. So I'm just gonna tell you guys my top 3 standouts in general. So whatever order I present you the contestants, it doesn't mean that that's my order of like favorites. It's not least to best or you know, so yeah. So let's start off with my first country, and I'm going to go with none other than Chelsea Manalo from the Philippines. So for those of you guys who don't know, Chelsea Manalo is Miss Universe Philippines 2024. She recently won this last edition of Miss Universe Philippines and now is representing her country at the Miss Universe edition this year. Chelsea Manalo was a dark horse during her competition. I have a whole video dedicated to Chelsea Manalo and my thoughts on her and my channel. So I do implore you to go ahead and check that video out if you want to know more of my thoughts on Chelsea Manalo. But I'll just kind of highlight everything. So for each contestant, I consider their pasarela, which is their swimsuit and evening gown walk. I consider their speaking skills and abilities, their wit, like how fast are they on their feet when they have to think on the spot. Like when they're asked a Q&A question, and their overall presence and their demeanor. So Chelsea Manalo for me is a very standout contestant. I would say she is the face of Asia this year. I would say she's probably one of the top 5 faces of the competition. If you know anything about Chelsea, she is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful contestant. She has great facial features, the cutest little dimple ever. She's honestly just such a cutie, and I really love her facial beauty. And her, I don't know if it's African or African American descent, mixed with the Filipino background, is just a beautiful combination, chef's kiss. And she is representing a sector of Asians who are typically marginalized and not represented very much, which is the Black and Asian community. And so that is a really big deal, and I think that she is really highlighting that. I don't want to minimize her to her skin color, although she's a very beautiful Morena Kayamangi girl. She's beyond just that. When you see Chelsea talk, one of the best things I like about her is just her calmness. Now, if you watch my Chelsea Manalo highlight video, you will know that I said sometimes I feel like she's reminiscent of Bea Luigi Gomez. She's very calm, very to herself. She doesn't need to be flashy and overly at the top, you know? She's not trying to be Miss Grand International. But sometimes I made a comment that she can be a little bit too Miss World like, where she can be almost so calm and so pulled back. So I did want to see her kind of push herself forward. I will say, since that video, I also talked about her styling being a little bit more muted and how I wanted to see her kind of come out of her shell a little bit. And I would like to report back to you all that I am pleasantly, not surprised, but happy rather, to see that Chelsea Manalo, I think, has definitely done that. I'm not sure if she was saving her outfits for later in the competition, but she has been looking phenomenal, you guys. I don't know if you guys saw her in that yellow dress that she wore recently, I think maybe yesterday, and even before that, I think the day before that, she wore this red dress. I'll put it up here on the screen. And oh my God, can we talk about how red is her color? I mean, she looks good in many colors, but red, I'm really dying to, and I really hope that her evening gown is red, because wow, it really popped off on her skin tone. She looked phenomenal. I don't think that, you know, a lot of times when contestants are having videos on them during the preliminary activities, they tend to show out. I think Chelsea Manalo was holding back. She's not trying to show out too much because we've seen her perform before. If you see her performance at the actual competition during the preliminaries of Miss Universe Philippines as well as the finale, you know Chelsea Manalo has a really good walk. So I don't think that what we're seeing since then is a representation of what she's going to bring on the stage. I don't think she feels a need to show out, and we saw a similar approach with Bea Luigi Gomez, and that's why I feel like Chelsea Manalo is very reminiscent of Bea Luigi Gomez. Remember, I don't think a lot of people are very pleased with Chelsea Manalo. I think they have critiques about her, but remember that they had the same critiques about Bea Luigi Gomez, and then she ended up being top 5. I mean, Bea Luigi Gomez shut me up. I was like, I don't know if she'll place very high or not. And then she went on to be top 5, which is a phenomenal achievement. I've already talked about my constructive criticisms of Chelsea Manalo and my Chelsea Manalo highlight video, so go ahead and watch that. The constructive criticisms about her speaking is still present for me, but overall, I think that she will still perform really well. I have no doubt she's going to place and potentially even place high. And as long as her styling is good, which during her preliminary and during her finale, it was good at Miss Universe Philippines, then I don't see a reason for there to not be a high placement for Chelsea Manalo. Really, the only person who's going to hold back Chelsea Manalo is Chelsea Manalo herself, but that is true to all of these contestants, right? The only person who's going to hold them back is themselves. Okay, number 2, and again, no particular order. It's going to be no other than, I mean, this should not be a surprise if you watch any of the preliminary activities at all. It's going to be Opal Suchata from Thailand. So Miss Universe Thailand 2024 actually competed at Miss Universe Thailand 2021 previously, and she placed 3rd runner-up, I believe, if I'm not incorrect. And she was phenomenal back then, very beautiful back then, and I think she's only grown since. I mean, she looks fantastic, you guys. Her styling has been on point. I know some people have been pointing out they're a little bit skeptical about the biasm in the competition because she's Thai, Kun An is also Thai, but I will have to say I really think that is a disservice, and a really huge discredit to Miss Universe Thailand 2024's hard work and dedication. You can tell this girl has a really powerful and great and dedicated team behind her, but she's also putting in the work herself, her presentation as well. I've been hearing her speak at some fairs, and I really feel like she's going to step up to the occasion if she makes it to the top. I do see a top 5 placement for Miss Universe Thailand 2024 this year, and I can see her even potentially winning for Thailand again. And although we have qualms with Thailand, some of us at least, I don't personally, I know some people do, we have to remember that Miss Universe Thailand has been doing really good, and they haven't won in a while, you guys. Like, when's the last time Thailand won Miss Universe? I think it's been a while. So I really would not be upset to see Thailand win. I know we think of Thailand as a powerhouse country, and I do think they are a powerhouse country. I think they have produced really well-rounded queens. However, with that being said, I also want to mention the fact that they haven't actually won the crown in a while. So it really would not be the worst thing in the world to see Miss Universe Thailand win this year, and I can see a win in her future potentially. So yeah. Miss Universe Thailand also, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I don't have my notes in front of me because I'm not at home. I believe that she is also a breast cancer survivor. I could be incorrect, but she had to have an operation, I believe. And I think that with that, it's a very powerful story. It's really empowering women as well in terms of bringing awareness to breast cancer. We know it's an unfortunate condition and disease that plagues many women and even men all over the world. And so I think that her highlighting her story and bringing more awareness towards screenings, bringing more awareness towards, you know, just her entire journey through that process, it's really empowering. It's kind of reminiscent of Miss Universe South Africa 2018 story with her battle with tuberculosis when she underwent that unfortunate disease as well. And I think that she is just a really inspirational woman. I heard her talk during an affair at Miss Universe preliminary activities where they were asked, who's your favorite Miss Universe? And I think she said Miss Universe Thailand, their last winner, which was Miss Porntip, I think. Excuse me. And I think the way she answered was really eloquent. I was very impressed by her answer. And yeah, I think that she's going to do phenomenal. Her walk is really good. I'm not really concerned about her walk. And I know for a fact when she makes it to the swimsuit and evening gown competition that she will have phenomenal, phenomenal styling. She's a gorgeous girl. She tends to she tends to tower above other contestants in terms of height as well, which we know only typically helps, although there's no reason why someone who is shorter cannot snatch the crown and stand out as well. That's not what I'm trying to insinuate at all. So let's move on to my number 3. You guys, I was going back and forth my number 3. Back and forth my number 3, okay? I was going back and forth. I was like New Zealand, India, New Zealand, India, New Zealand, India, New Zealand, India, Ria Singha, VVV, Victoria Velasquez Vincent, VVV, India, VVV, India. I was like, who is my number 3? I was having a very hard time because they're very well matched. And again, I'm not telling you guys my top 3 standouts in any particular order. And I am going to tell you guys some of my honorable mentions. And I was really trying to figure out, am I putting Ria Singha of India as my honorable mention, or am I putting Victoria Velasquez Vincent, aka VVV, as my honorable mention? And I was battling. I was truly battling because both of these women are just so robust and so intelligent and well spoken and really have a presence. And I'm like, oh, like it's honestly hard to choose. I almost wanted to make it like my 4 top standouts, and if I did, I would put them both in there. Even while I'm making this video, I'm kind of trying to decipher in my mind who would be my 3rd standout. But I think if I'm being unbiased completely, I'm not being biased because, as you guys know, or maybe you don't know, I am ethnically Indian. My dad's from India. I think I would put Victoria Velasquez Vincent, VVV, as my 3rd standout. And it's nothing against VVV, but as an Indian, I really feel like I am doing a dishonor to my Indians. Like, and this is not a bad thing. Not putting Ria Singha into my 3 standouts or highlights is not me saying that she's not a standout contestant. I'm not saying that. I think if there was a continental breakdown, I don't know if there is this edition, but if there was, she would definitely make the cut. But I'm gonna have to go with Victoria Velasquez Vincent. And the reasoning is I have seen VVV's journey since 2021 at Miss Universe Philippines and then her last stint at Miss Universe Philippines 2024, and then at Miss Universe New Zealand when she went to win the crown. And I will say this much. I have never been a diehard VVV fan. I've never disliked her. I've always liked her a lot, actually. I always admired her, but she was never a queen that necessarily captivated my heart. And I made a video about her as well, so you can go watch why in her earlier pageant career, I didn't feel as captivated. But she, like Michelle D, has really grown on me. I have seen so much growth in VVV, and that's not the reason why she is my number 3 standout. Because to be honest, growth is great, but I'm not ranking growth, right? I'm ranking like at present moment, where are these contestants? And VVV to me at present moment is a top 5 contender as well. I think she's being very slept on. I think that people are not watching out enough for VVV. And I think because she has not snatched the Miss Universe Philippines crown and went on to Miss Universe New Zealand, some people are underestimating her. And I would say to not do that. She's not coming from a sash factor country. We know that. And I won't sit here and say that it won't hurt her. But neither did Shanice Palacio. Nicaragua was not and still is not a sash factor country. I mean, no one's really talking about Nicaragua this year, even though Miss Nicaragua this year is beautiful as well. But she's not really the talk of the town, right? So you don't need to be a sash factor country in order to win the crown, in my opinion. And so for that reason, I'm putting VVV into the mix of my third standout. This woman has a phenomenal walk. She has a phenomenal presence. I already did a video highlighting her, so you can watch that if you want to see more of my honest and unbiased opinions about Miss VVV. But she is phenomenal. She is a standout. She speaks very well, and I've really grown to like her a lot since her crowning at Miss Universe New Zealand. Similar to Michelle D, I feel like her walls have gone down. She's become a lot more personable, a lot more open. Her styling has never looked this good. She looks phenomenal, you guys. I would say she's one of the best styled queens along with Thailand at Miss Universe preliminaries currently. And I feel like she knows not to do too much and not too little. I think VVV is going to do well in her interviews. She'll place for sure at the first cut. I'll be shocked if she doesn't. And I can see her moving on from there. But we'll just have to see what the organization wants. This year, the organization is really questionable at minimum, you guys. So we'll see what they're looking for. I expect VVV to go far in the competition if things are fair. But again, it depends on the night. We're just talking about what we know based on today. We don't know the night of what will happen. So a contestant can be a front runner, and then the day the competition comes, and the next Rabia Mateo comes out of nowhere. So you know what I'm saying? I would say just we'll see what happens the night of. Now for my honorable mentions, I have a few. First and foremost, let's start off with India's Rhea Singha. Rhea Singha to me is a very, very great contestant, and I really think that she's right up there with the other three ladies that I said. The only reason why I did not put her as my third standout, although my heart really wanted to, was I've seen a few things since the competition has started that I am a little bit concerned about. And I want to say this first and foremost. I am always going to have my heart with my Indian contestants, and then thereafter the Asian contestants, because I am Asian. And then, yeah, so India is always going to have my support. Me not putting her in the three standouts is not me not supporting her. I support her with all my heart, and I implore you, if you're Indian, to give her your full support and go vote for her on the app. Okay? So what I will say with Miss India, Miss Rhea Singha is, guys, first and foremost, everything that you say to Rhea Singha in her comments, you don't need to echo it 30 times. If you see a comment on Rhea Singha's post about like a constructive criticism that you agree with, just like the comment. You don't have to spam her comments saying, I don't like this, I don't like this. She knows. I promise you, Rhea Singha has watched like all of my stories. Okay, like she's listening to you guys. She's listening to us Indian fans. Calm down. Also, she's 19. Be nice when you say things, okay? My sister is 19, and I know a lot of you guys are like, she's an adult, blah, 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 blah. She is an adult, okay? But when you are 19, even for someone as mature as Rhea Singha, words can hurt. I'm glad to see that we have a contestant at the age of 19 who was mature enough to really listen to her Indian audience and take notes and take constructive criticism. I've seen some comments that were making some really good constructive criticisms of her walk. And I saw in another video that she fixed some of the things that we were mentioning, but I still found a few things that were lacking in her walk in her recent videos, and it's kind of concerning me a little bit about how far she'll progress in the competition. And so in the event that she watches a video, I'm going to update. I have a Rhea Singha highlight video, but I think that since then there's been some things that I have noticed that I'm going to talk about right now quickly, because this video is not about Rhea Singha, but we'll just quickly address it. The walk. If you notice her walk, you'll notice that some of the proportions of her, like where her placements are a little bit awkward. So like her elbows are a little bit more triangular and flared out, and that can cause the walk to look a little bit robotic almost. Her head also typically is starting to sway from one end to the other. This sounds so nitpicky. I'm telling you it matters. And Rhea Singha is a contestant who's a pageant veteran. She will pick up these things and change them like, and that's why I'm saying this, because I know she will pick it up. And also she's independent. She's an independent woman. She can decide whether or not she feels like any of the constructive criticism is to her advantage or not. She is an adult. She can decide whether she wants to take any of the advice and throw it into the garbage can, or if she wants to, you know, listen and she thinks that it's good and she wants to make those changes. So who cares about what I say? I'm just some random guy on the internet, okay? But in my opinion, in my constructive opinion, I would say that sometimes her head tends to kind of go like this a little bit too much. Rhea Singha comes from a theater background, and although going on the runway in pageantry, when you go and you do your passerella, like when you do your swimsuit walk, when you do your evening gown walk, it is a theatrical performance in the sense that you do have to perform on stage, you have to put on facials, you don't want to become overly theatrical. And my concern with Rhea is I feel like maybe perhaps some of her theater background is seeping a little bit too much into her runway walk. And I've seen that in the last two videos, and I really want to see her kind of pull back. I also see that she's doing a lot with her hips, but it's with the hips and the elbows flared out and the head going like this, it's becoming very robotic, very It needs to just be a little bit smoother and a little bit more natural. Rhea Singha has a presence of Susmita Sen, and God, that girl can talk. Out of everyone in Asia, no, I'll say this with my chest. She's the number one speaker of Miss Universe 2024, period. India is the number one speaker of Miss Universe 2024, period. That's it. Speaking isn't her issue, but we have to walk to get to talk the talk. Meaning we have to get past swimsuit and evening gown to be able to get to Q&A. You get what I'm saying? So we need Rhea Singha to make those little improvements, because this year's competition has 130 contestants and they have a top 30. It's going to be tough. So if Rhea Singha can get to the top 10 and start doing the Q&A, oh, oh my God. Like, Bhagwan, like God themselves will have to come down to stop her from winning. So I just want to see a little bit more improvement in her walk compared to the other three that I said. And that's why I am choosing to put her as a honorable mention. Other honorable mentions are going to be, moving on, because again, this is not about Rhea Singha. Moving on, I'm going to talk about Malaysia. Malaysia Sandra Lim is gorgeous. I'm loving this contestant. I think she's beautiful. I've loved her since her first stint. I think it was at Miss Global or something. I don't remember the name of the pageant. It's a more minor pageant, but she placed first runner-up to the Philippines, and I loved her then. I really fell in love with her then, and I'm falling in love with her even more now. Let's talk about in Asia, China. Oh my God, where did China come from? Do you guys see how beautiful Miss China is this year? Holy crap. I'm gonna put some videos up of her over here. Ugh. Miss Universe China is just gorgeous. Those will probably be my Asia honorable mentions. India, China, and who else did I say? Malaysia? Yeah, those would be my three honorable mentions. Pacific Islands, we have Fiji and Samoa. They're good contestants. Every person who made it to Miss Universe, first of all, is a good contestant. So, you know, but yeah, also Samoa is half Sri Lankan, you guys. So for my South Asians, you know, make sure you guys show some love. And Fiji, I think she's Fijian Indian, and she speaks I think it's like Fijian Hindi is what it is. It's like a version of Hindi, a language in India, but they speak it in Fiji. And I saw her speaking it with Pakistan, when, you know, Pakistan was speaking Urdu, and it was really cool to see. So I think the Pacific Island contestants from Fiji and Samoa, they're both South Asian backgrounds. So definitely go ahead and give them some love. So yeah, guys, that's my video. Those are my three top standouts. I'm so sorry that this video is a little bit haphazard and I was not speaking my best today and the quality is not the greatest. I'll be honest, I am so tired. I've been up since I'm up like from 5 a.m. lifting boxes all the way up until like 7 p.m. So I'm quite exhausted physically. So my mind is not functioning and my brain is not functioning as it usually does. I'll come out with some better videos later. I just want to get this video out to you guys because it's been about a few days since I've made a video and I'm starting to get a little anxious. I'm like, make a video. So I'm also sorry that I look a mess. I don't look that cute today. It just is what it is, guys. I'm not home. I don't have access to all my cute clothes. I like this jacket though. Do you guys like it? I think the pink is cute. Yeah, so you guys, if you guys like this video, go ahead and make sure you guys subscribe to join my Reyna family. I really, really appreciate you guys. We have made over 1,000 Reyna family members now, so I am so happy that our family is growing. I do need to make a 1,000 thank yous video to thank all of you guys for helping my channel grow. I haven't gotten around to it because I've been traveling, like I said. So go ahead and subscribe down below if you want to join the Reyna family. Give this video a like if you wouldn't mind, and please share it to your friends if you wouldn't mind as well. It would mean the world to me. In addition to that, if you guys want to go ahead and comment down below where you're from, your country flag, whatever. That way everyone in the Reyna family can go ahead and support your country. I would love that. The Reyna family is about positivity, and we can be constructive, but we can be constructive kindly. Guys, a lot of the queens have seen my Instagram videos. They have seen some of my videos in full on YouTube as well. So please be kind in the comments, because I know factually that some of the queens are watching these videos, or even their relatives. So if you want to have a critique, go ahead and put in the comments, but be kind. If you disagree with any of my critiques, I am not offended at all. Make sure when you disagree, you just put your own feelings. You don't have to attack me and be so direct and be like, you're wrong. You don't have to do that. Just say, oh, that's a cool take, Vijayreyna. This is what I think. And then that's it. That's all you have to say. In addition to that, if you guys want to go ahead and follow me on Instagram, I'll put it down in the description box below, and I'll try to pin it to my comments if I don't forget, because I always forget. DM me on Instagram if you guys want to talk to me about pageantry. Be mindful that I'm in the US, so if you're in Asia, I am 12 hours typically behind you, so I may be asleep literally while you're awake. So if I reply late, that's why. Also, for the next few days, I will be in California before I go back to Texas. So I am traveling, and I'm also helping my uncle move. So throughout most of the day, I am a little bit busy, more than usual. So I apologize if there's any delay in responses. I promise I'll get back to you by at least the end of the day, or if not the day after. I love you guys so much for supporting me. Let's keep growing the Reyna family. And I really, really appreciate all you guys. Also, last thing I want to say is that everyone has till November 12th to apply for 2 free tickets to the Miss Universe competition. All the queens, no matter what country they're from, are promoting this lottery ticket, I guess you could say, to win 2 free tickets to the Miss Universe competition. The airfare and the hotel and the expenses are not covered, so you need to cover that yourself. But if you feel like you have the finances to get yourself out to Mexico, then Mexico City, then I really encourage you to go ahead and apply. I applied for this. I commented on Maria Singa's post. I encourage you guys to do it too. I'm not selfish. I'm not going to hide this information for myself. I want all my Reynas to have an opportunity at getting 2 free tickets if they're financially able to support themselves in Mexico City for the duration of the preliminary and finale competition. To be eligible for that, you're going to have to go ahead and find one of the queens' posts about this ticket. All the queens should have it on their page by now. You have to comment, you have to follow both the queen and Miss Universe itself on Instagram. You have to comment on underneath their post. You have to tag about why you should win the 2 tickets. You have to tag 5 other people in that comment, and you need to share the post of the queen and tag in that shared post both the queen themselves and Miss Universe. So I implore you to go ahead and try your luck at getting the 2 free tickets. I think sharing is caring, so I wanted to share that with you guys in case you're not aware, and also the rules. Make sure you read the rules. If you don't follow the rules, you can't win the ticket, you guys. So make sure you guys read the rules, and yeah, I hope that one of my Reynas can get the tickets if it's not me, because obviously we want to see a Reyna there. So if you are a Reyna and you win one of those tickets, please let me know on Instagram. I would love to get some little behind the scenes videos if you wouldn't mind, to help our channel grow. Obviously, I'll credit you, and yeah, I appreciate you guys so much. I love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much. Muchas gracias. Dhanyavad, shukriya, maraming salamat po. Shesheni, arigatou gozaimasu, and bye.